Okay, welcome back. We are continuing on looking at the modern marriage, and we are borrowing a lot from the recent cast or movie, Polygamist. Now, Joel, as we were leaving for break, you were asking us if Jonasi and Joyce were told to go, because we are looking at the place of church. Were told to go and pray. Who is going to read the prayer? Is it Jonasi? Is it Joyce? And I'm sure, most likely, like I shared, it's a woman who will go and pray about it. I'm not saying men don't pray, but most likely it's the women. So what is Joyce praying about?
What
is supposed to
what
is the focus? What is the prayer
exactly
prayer point?
For Jonasi to leave women?
I don't know.
To love me? I don't know. Where do I start with such prayers now?
So first, and the context of the prayer needs to be understood as to what is the agenda behind it and what is the goal in every prayer. First, then.
So if I go to the mountain, what will I say?
You're going to the mountain to do what and why you?
Okay.
So
why me?
The whole point of prayer is to first understand where you're coming from. Who are you? And what do you want? And you have to be specific, the same way a child will come and ask you, Mami, nataka sweet mzuri.
Hatakwambia nataka sweet. The burden
of the prayer.
Of the prayer of something you never broke.
But you see, I like what Joel is asking. He's asking me, what am I going to pray? What do I want?
Also
I only go there with marriage to work. What?
God is not your mouth. I know there's another saying, but God is not your mouth, God is not your feet, God is not your hands. And with that, it means you cannot pray change into somebody else. So you cannot pray for your husband to change. You can only pray for yourself to change yourself. In the process of you changing and working out on different things of yourself, hopefully the person will change, but you cannot change.
I mirror him. I like that as we conclude. And I think that's why so many of us as women, we get lost. We are hoping from one church, from one prayer center, from all those things, praying for my husband. And we distance ourselves. And this is what I keep saying, and you'll tell me that in most cases, and I know, Veronica, we've shared this, and I know you coach women, I attracted who I am. So in other words, I wasn't good.
Yes.
I need to sit down. Now, when it gets to that, go pray for me.
Yes.
Me. Yes. So that, as Joel is saying, I mirror him. If he will change, okay. But I don't go with hope that if he says I'm good, he will change. No. I change, I look at myself and ask myself, why am I tolerating nonsense? Why do I want to hold Jonasi? And he has made a decision to go. He's happy with Akina Matiba, Ridani. He's happy. Why do I want him not to be happy with what he's doing? And I want him to be happy with me. And he doesn't want to be happy with me.
Why did I actually attract him?
Exactly.
You've spoken what I wrote here.
Oh.
The Mesos prayer book. There's what people pray for, what they need and what they want. They don't care about the other person.
Yes.
So when
he's
you're praying
happy
for the husband to change, it's to change to accommodate what you want.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. And also, people don't love what they think love is. They love what they are going to get.
Yes. I need him.
Because human beings are selfish.
Yes.
Very selfish.
Yes. I need him to stop Akina Matipa, Rindani, and everyone to come to me.
Actually,
but he's not happy with me.
Motive, it is all about what you want.
Yes.
The motive behind the prayer, the motive behind the fasting, the motive behind everything that you're doing is, the motive is selfishness, to self.
And that's why the Christian Bible tells you, God does not look at what you're saying.
Yeah.
He does not care. That's what I was telling you. He does not respect your words and your mouth and your
whatever I'm saying.
And the curses are throwing.
even the money you give, he does not respect the amount. That's why when that lady in that time she was giving her last penny, it was not about the amount.
It's the intention.
The intention.
Yeah.
I'm not giving this to get. I'm giving this because I can feel this is what I have and I'm offering it.
At God I pray.
Women, by the way, if you go to the mountain and tell us you're fasting for your husband to change, we will beat you up. Because you can go there and pray about self.
Yeah.
God heal me.
So
Work
that
on
I
me.
also accept something good.
God heal me. God enlarge me.
Yeah.
God,
That
Open my doors.
yeah.
the basis of all that prayer is why I wrote this thing.
Yeah.
Because we fail to understand before you speak, before
Yeah.
you think,
Mm.
why am I saying these things? Do you also realize in this entire series, most people are picking wrong. So even if you pray, the fact that you picked
Yeah.
wrong, it won't change.
Because God has
anything.
given us the power of the will of choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
An authority in what you do
Yes.
and how you do it.
Yes.
So if you picked a Janasi from another woman, first there's sin there. Sin is simply missing the mark. You're supposed to be doing this, but you decide, let me go do
Do
this.
this.
You're
Yeah.
supposed to get your own husband.
Yes.
Supposed to get your own wife.
Yes.
But you see, Joel worked on that one. Let me run there.
Yeah.
Janasi, this Joyce worked on this one. Hey, looks, let me run there.
Yeah.
And then expect different things
Results.
by picking someone else's person. There is even a commandment that tells you, do not what? Covet.
Yeah.
Another.
And because
Yeah.
I
You
want
do it.
I want to leave it at that, because I want to talk about Danny and the children in the next 10 minutes. And I know Veronica will have another podcast where we are teaching women, because I see women really struggle healing in a crime scene. Because sometimes, and you know that very well, I don't encourage you leaving.
Yeah.
I don't encourage. However, I know that we have different scenarios where sometimes it's very
Sometimes,
difficult.
Physical.
Yeah, it's physical. We can't tell you to be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But if you weigh, I always tell someone, weigh and look. If you feel like this doesn't warrant leaving,
Yeah.
we teach you to heal in a
While you're
crime
there.
scene. But now, why I'm saying we'll have another podcast, because women struggle healing, because they still want to be detached. They still want to change the person. They don't understand now, when I make a decision to heal, it's about me.
Yeah.
And I told someone that you can still, and I learned from Veronica, you can love, and you see how my students do well than the teacher. They do I learned from them. You can, and I learned from you, and I keep on telling women, you can heal and still serve from a point of love.
Yes.
And just be a good woman.
Yeah.
And do wifely duties.
Yes.
Without expecting that Jonasi will leave Matipa
Yes.
or will leave Dindani. All you need to do is
work on self and have healthy boundaries. Yeah.
But now, if you don't do that, you'll go, as I finish, the Joyce way. You see, Joyce had to go and revenge. That is not what we teach. Because, Joyce is the one who killed, but it's out of pain. If you do it in the current, and you remember Joyce tried to poison this guy, and she paid a lot of money to the doctor. I think all this setup was very transactional.
Yeah.
Then finally, she knew what Jonasi will not resist. The very thing that man wants is a woman. And she knew that he will even refuse to take medication because he will be in a denial. Joyce had really learned. But for me, I teach women not to go revenge way. Let him be.
I think the best revenge is to rise above
and work on yourself.
the
And join
shenanigans.
Veronica's classes. She will coach you on how to become a better woman.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether your teacher needs to join those classes.
Yeah, you need to join.
Even the teacher.
Yes, a coach needs a coach.
Now you can imagine, now it's like repeating.
And the beauty of a coach getting a
and
coach.
the fact that I'm even being triggered, I really need to join the class because I was really triggered. Even
Now,
Matipa, I wanted to revenge. That's still a trigger, isn't it?
Yeah, very true. That's still a trigger.
It's still a trigger because I felt like this side chick. No, we need to join hands.
Yeah.
Go and burn that house. Please take us through the children. And what I want you let us, first of all, now with all this, and Veronica, you're going to talk about Rindani.
Yeah.
The Kagal Gen Z.
Yeah.
I had you looking at it in a different way. Take us through, when we are all doing this, what is happening to the children?
Now, children don't learn from being told what to do and how not to do. They learn from seeing what you're doing and copy that. From the time they are born to the time they leave that house. And if you look at the minute a child is born, there's already a character trait that is the same as parents.
Yeah.
So I have a sister-in-law who the son is very quiet, very calm. Even crying, is rarely cries. The mother is exactly like that, very calm, very quiet. My son is 7 months old. He's all over the place. He shouts all the time. He wants to talk. He wants to say so many things because naturally both parents are people who are out
Talking,
there.
yeah.
They're always talking, shouting, talking about so many things. So first, he's already picked from what
That
the two of you.
environment, yeah.
As they grow up, if you are a drunkard and you keep telling your child don't drink, they just copy what you're doing because they want to understand also. You tell me this, but you do it. Let me do that.
The curiosity behind the doing.
So the way Gen Zs now, as I go to the sun, the way Gen Zs now all over the place doing things, and parents are like, why are these people so rebellious? It's because they grew up with millennials who used to question their mothers and fathers, and they are like, okay, we go to church, but I have been seeing you praying and I don't see changes. And then they train their children the same thing. So now the kids, because millennials were not trained to oppose, they just questioned. The kids learn to question.
Yeah.
You're shouting, mommy.
But now the difference is they learned
That's why they
after
tell
you
us to lower our
question,
voice.
Yeah, lower
do
your
something.
voice.
Don't just question, do something about it.
Yeah.
So this son kept, when Jonas was dealing with the son, he would tell him, you're supposed to rise up as a man. You're supposed to act
To
like
be
a
a
man.
Gomorrah.
But the
Yeah,
question
you are
he
Gomorrah.
always asked was, what is a man? Dad, you've never trained me what a man
to be
is.
a man.
And you look at, there's a point the brother took the Jonas's son and the son and the girl to their village where they came
Where
from.
he came from,
That
yes.
ghetto.
Yes.
He was trying to instill some discipline and understanding of this is where your father came from. But they could not get that because this is an external figure. You're not my father.
Yeah.
I respect and honor my authority who is the father, not you.
Yeah.
Then kids also pick who the authority is. The way we were talking about Matipa picking Jonas, not the brother, because they can also identify when dad says this, it's done. So when he's not training us about where he came from, it's not important.
Yeah.
That's why even immediately after that, they'll still go back to the same lifestyle, the same cars, the same hanging out, the same partying, because they are seeing what the father is doing. And then the girl is also, if you notice, the girl was at some point questioning how the mother is doing it, but still used to do the same thing over. We're not shown most of what will happen, but if you look at society, girls end up looking at what the father used to do and then end up doing what the mother used to do.
Yeah.
Yet you know, and you had seen, my mother used to do this. I didn't like it. She would even question the mother, but still did.
She's even choosing partners.
Yeah.
Because
Even friends.
you look at Mpume, she's called Mpume, the Jonas's daughter, is attracting boyfriend like the father.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is a boyfriend who is even going to Sarah, the
Yes.
sister.
Yes.
So as much as she is there and she's seeing the mother is struggling,
familiar.
but you see,
It
the
is
brain
familiar.
is so familiar with that. So it can only attract.
But also what I love about her is when she was able to choose between what the mother took and what she would want for herself. When she said, she told the boyfriend, no, you left me, you went to Sarah, I don't want you. I think for me that came out powerful, like the way we have the will to choose what you can take and what you should not take. Beside whatever you have grown around, she was able to rise above whatever the chaos she was seeing and say, this is not what I would want for myself.
But you see all these children, if you look at them, and I like that perspective, all of them are getting affected.
Yeah.
Because if you look at Sarah is broken completely.
Yeah.
Because she can't understand my mother. Why are you
hiding me?
Why are you hiding?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And look at now, even this Jonas's son, finally, he's ending up like the father.
Actually, he became the father.
Yeah,
the real version. The version of the
father
yeah.
to an extent, and that's what I was wondering. Now, Joyce, you used this to kill your husband.
Yeah.
This, I'm very sure Indani also got HIV.
Yeah.
So the son also slept with Indani.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is still following, and this is what we call childhood trauma, passing intergenerational trauma, passing from one generation to the other. Then when we go to church, what is it called? Curses. Then you are told, oh, you need to break the curse, you need to bring the money, I don't know, you need to lift, I don't know, altar. No, you need now to sit down and work on yourself, analyze your family patterns. These are patterns that are following us. No one is cursing us. Then you still now work on those patterns. Because now if it's this Jonas's son, the same thing will continue.
Oh, that brings us now to the role of therapy.
Yeah. And even the side chick, Matipa, the children have been rejected when they are very young. The twins were left at it's continuing. Look at Elsie and her children. Freedom
was very hard.
Yeah.
No one has ever actually celebrated his birthday.
Imagine.
And now they were celebrating their father's birthday.
Can you imagine?
On the son. Because on the son, I would want to add a few things about the son and how it was impacted in him to become what we are saying the Jonasi now. The Terminator version of Jonasi, who is bigger and better.
Yeah.
Doing it better.
Yes. Look at who the son. The son is called who? Menzi. Look at who the son was emulating when Jonasi was not there. The brother-in-law, who's a drunkard.
Imagine.
Would take him to
the clubs
houses and all that to show him how to talk
to be
girls.
A man.
Yes.
When he's not there,
freedom is there.
Imagine.
When he's not there, when he's not there, the brother-in-law to Jonasi, the brother of Jonasi, is the one teaching him how to be. So he's coming from a very confused side of being a man, because one is showing me to drink and look for women. Another one is telling me to become a man. But this one is showing me the past of how we grew up. So he's confused. Who is telling me the truth?
Who is
about?
The voice of reason?
So what is a man according to him?
So
who is a man?
Naturally, what happened at the end of it all, and this happens with all men, is they end up picking what the authority that the man they picked as this is. It's not always the father in real society. It's the one who was available and looking like this is the father. So some people grow up in children's home, and the father or the reverend is the one who's the father. There sometimes it's the uncle. Sometimes a person has grown up with a single mother. So the guys who used to come to meet him, those were the men who you looked up to. So this guy has grown up a very confused man to try and understand what a man is. So he picks the one who's the authority. That's why he became the Jonasi, the Terminator level of the upgraded macho Jonasi.
5.0.
Deep down, there's still those trying to figure out, okay, I was taught that, but I was told this, but that one becomes the dominant person who now becomes the man. And then one day you meet such a guy and becomes your husband. You're doomed.
Yeah. And now when you say that, and I want to come to the role of therapy as we finish, I'm really worried. I'm really worried because our boys have grown up now in the era of narcissism, of men of us who are very busy looking for money
and also single
and career, single motherhood and all that. Even full family who are absent, who we are teaching them, all you need is to pursue for business, career. So what will happen to the boys and the girls?
I have a lot of, in the coaching side of what I do, I have a lot of single mothers who give me their sons all the way to 25, from around 14 to 25. Every one of them that I've interacted with has no idea what being a man is. They think,
where did they learn?
Joel, tell us a little about how do a boy become a man? And I have a 10-year-old boy. How do you prepare a boy to actually now understand manhood?
I'm going to trigger the two of you and the audience with this answer.
Yes.
A woman cannot teach a boy to become a man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
You don't understand what goes through the mental side of being a man.
Yeah.
A man can teach a boy to become a man because when I'm talking to him, I'm coming from experiences of what men go through out there in society and also in dealing with other women.
Yes.
When you're training that boy, if the father is not there, always find a way I know we were talking about the church, but find a way to look for either a coach
Yes.
Or a mentor.
or a mentor
Yeah.
Yes.
who can,
Mm.
not once, because even in
Yes.
my sessions, we don't do 1 month or 2. Sometimes we even do 6 months.
Yes.
Where I'm holding the boy to the point where now I can say, this one is ready for a few things.
Yes.
Then we can do it next year.
Yes.
Have that kind of a person guide the boy.
Yes.
Because a man will guide the boy in that age first. And then guide the boy, he's 10. I'll guide him in that age of being a 10
Being
year
a
old.
10-year-old. Yeah.
Be a 10-year-old. Go play games, try out things, do so many things. When it comes to girls, because you are starting to do all this, but don't go beyond this.
Yes.
Because this will happen. And then I'll show him. You see so and so online who does this and this. You see what he became? It's because he went through that.
Yeah.
You see, when you're talking to people in authority, speak to them like this, but listen to what they're not saying. Forget about who they are, their titles and all that. Listen to what they're saying. So I'm training the guy to get into that world of interacting with the real world as a man. As they get older, now they leave school, what parents do? Here, I'll point out almost 90% of the ones I've interacted with, you continue parenting. Because most sons, when they grow up with the mother, the mother nurtures them to the point they give everything. When you give a boy everything, he thinks that the world is supposed to give him things. So he looks for a mother in another woman. And then the woman ends up suffering because the guy is waking up at 8, 9, sometimes he doesn't even go to work.
And he has no dreams.
He has no dreams.
You should have the dreams.
So your work is to do what she was called who?
You're continuing
Elsie.
from where the mother stopped.
Yes, she becomes you become the Elsie
The
now.
Elsie.
You pick up this boy
Yeah.
and you want to mother him to now become what you want. But it's never going to happen because that boy has no understanding of. So even going to therapy, when you take that boy to therapy and you take, sorry to say this, you take that boy to therapy and you take him to another woman, that therapy might not really work for him because she might not understand that season that boy is in to bring him to this season that he's supposed to be in and also now interact with the real world.
Yeah.
He's going to grow up becoming either the version of the mother or what the world taught him to be because a boy will always pick an authority that he can respect. Jonasi picked himself because he didn't have any. And then everybody below him, the brother and anyone else, would now follow what he says.
So you're saying we should allow our children to have a father figure, whether you have a biological father, whether you have a father figure that you pick for him, either from the uncle, a coach.
Yeah.
But there has to be a man when you're creating a man.
And that's good, but vetting files.
Yes.
There's a point, I think chapter 4 or 5. There's a point I wrote in this book when you're looking for that father figure.
Yes.
If it was you,
Yeah.
assume you're in that boy's life.
Yeah.
Assume now the boy is you.
Yeah.
Would you pick him as the authority to train?
Oh.
If you can't, don't pick him. So don't pick him just because it's a
Uncle.
uncle, it's a
figure.
reverend, no. Pick him because you can also say, I would want my boy to grow up like that.
So I would want him to model this.
Yeah,
Yes.
to model.
Pick that.
Yeah.
And I'll finalize with this by saying, if you look at even all the women in the polygamists, when they were picking Jonasi, deep down, they're still picking Jonasi because there is a way he exudes that leadership, that authority. There is a way they naturally, something tells them, this is a man.
This can fix.
Yeah, this man
Can fix our problems.
And women don't date downwards.
Yeah.
They date upwards.
Upwards.
Always. That's why they'll always pick that. So if your son is being trained by somebody who you don't respect, guess what you're going to have in future? A very small boy in a grown man's
body.
True.
I want we get into that. Please tell us the role of therapy. Then we conclude. I think we're gonna pick. Yeah.
Thank you. So I think when we look at the polygamist, we see the role of therapy, especially I'll talk about the kids. Because I think Joyce had the power to stop some of these things flowing to the kids if maybe they went for therapy, whereby they're able to see beyond what is happening in their family setup and choose better. Because I can be broken, my husband can be broken, but I can say this stops with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to echo with your words that it can stop with you.
Yeah.
And we need to, when we go for therapy helps you to look at yourself.
Yeah.
Because in most cases, we look at others
Yes.
and we feel like if others can change, our life can be better.
Yeah.
If my husband can change, if my child, if my boss, if it's all about others. But we have no time to say, what if I change? I can leave that employment and do something.
Yes.
I can do. So the role of therapy is to help you reflect on you. And when we are at that, when we say the role of therapy, it's very important that at Poor Therapy, why not look for a therapist? You get all kind of therapy. You only need to go to our website, on our social media, Poor Therapy, and you can get now. Before we end, Joel, second, where do we find you? What do you? It's just something about you before we
Yes.
end. A second.
Now, on social media platforms, all of them, my name is at Joel M. Karaoke. I have a website called joelkaraoke.com. So just the M is not there. You can get my books there.
Yeah, tell us
All
your
about
books.
my books. This one was written specifically for people who are firstborns and people with firstborn identities. It's dedicated to my sister because I saw so much of what that did to her.
And I'm a firstborn, so I need to
And
read.
also the people who are secondborns, firstborns, but they have the same character traits as the firstborn who was born biologically. So this one is questions that you ask yourself, but have never really understood what you're asking and where to get answers. And then the analysis of why you do those things.
Yeah.
Then we actually get to the last point where therapy comes in the book.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Okay.
And it's not simple answers as just stop giving money, because it's not easy to just wake up and say, by the way, I'm not going to take care of my parents.
Yeah.
There's a process of how it's
Yeah.
going to guide
Yeah,
you.
sure.
This one is written specifically for, it's called the vetting files. I wrote this specifically for people who want to understand, like what we are talking about today. You're getting into this thing called relationships. We only told about red flags. You know, but do you understand? So the whole book, every chapter ends with a statement, says
Okay.
file it. And before that, there's a question around what you've read to self-analyze before you move it. And then you file that understanding. Then you move to the next chapter. It's more on understanding yourself before you pick.
Okay.
Last one is what we were saying here about prayer.
Yeah.
This one came from talking to so many clients and realizing we have been praying and praying and praying. You don't even understand what you're asking for. Is there a way to pray? Is there a way to understand? I'm asking for this. Do you have the capacity that time?
Sure.
Then do you have an understanding of there is a definite answer to prayer and being in the process of an answered prayer? Then you have the actual prayer in page 49. Then after, because you've prayed, do you understand what you've prayed? Then after you explain that prayer, it's one prayer for everything in our lives. This is why I have this. Yes.
Thank you so much, Joel. You can get Joel M. Karaoke in all your social media. Veronica, please, in a second, tell us where to get you and tell us about your coaching classes we need to join.
Yeah. So I'm Veronica Kiarie, and I normally do coaching at Poor Therapy for a session called Becoming a Premium Woman. What we do there is training women how to love self and realize that you're the first most important person in your life. Then once you work on yourself, then you can navigate the rest. You can find us at poortherapy.com. You can also find us in our socials as Poor Therapy. But you can also reach me out in all my socials as Veronica Kiarie. My books are many, but the one I would really want to talk about today is Healing at the Crime Scene. You can find it still at Poor Therapy, or you can find it through Veronica Kiarie or Nuria Bookshop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, interesting. And of course, the one and only one, Becky Gitao. You can find me in all of your social media, in all the social media platforms, Becky Gitao everywhere. And yeah, and I'm a co-director at Poor Therapy. You can also find me there. You can also find me at Aga Khan University Hospital. You only need to look at the outreaches that I do my session. And I think, yes, this podcast is courtesy of Poor Therapy and many more are coming, supported by Poa Therapy. Please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube and everywhere, Poa Therapy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Veronica. Thank you, Karaoke. I've learned a lot from you people. And one thing I'm taking home is that I need to join the class again. You've said a coach needs a coach
Yes.
because I deal with my triggers.
Yes.
So I need to be premium.
Becoming a
I
premium
need to
woman.
become a premium woman.
And I need to join his coaching
Yes.
because I'm a second firstborn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I join, you join. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, and see you later in our next podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.